Well, good morning, good afternoon, and of course, good evening, traders from around the world on Pump.Fun from all over the place. Welcome to my 2999th edition of Short-Term Trading Live with Oscar. How you doing, cats? Welcome, welcome. Traders, remember before we get started that trading is risky, 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 risky. Never trade without putting in your protective stops, even though sometimes they can end up being detrimental. But you got to put your stops in first on every trade to keep yourself alive in this business. So, what can I show you? All right, so we are looking at the E-mini S&P daily bar chart. Traders have asked me, Oscar, why did you not take the Omni short trade today? I've been to Omni camp. I see Omni was calling for a short. How come you didn't send out the trade recommendation? So I want to answer that for you, and that is a very simple answer. The trade recommendation did not get sent out. You hear that pitch in the background, kids? Give that a moment to go away. Can't tell you exactly what it is, but let's give that a moment to quiet down. All right, so what I did with that, Mike, I just turned off my right screen for a moment, although now I can't see anyone or anything. I don't know what we're doing out here. Please turn back on. Oh no, I just turned off the other TV. I can't see anything going on right now. Both TVs are off. Just give me a minute, kids. Dear Lord. All right, one came on. How do we get the other one on without getting this one to turn off? All right, oh, we got him. There we go. Sorry about that. That was a UPS uninterrupted power source, which if the power goes down will let all my computers continue to run, but sometimes it gets a little overjuiced, and you hear that sound, and I got to shut off a monitor, which is what just happened. All right, so we should be back. Mikey, turn off any... mute anything over there so we don't get an echo? Cool. All right, so as I was telling you, why did Oscar not take the Omni trade? What was that about? So let me show you what the reasoning was. Omni said we could take a short trade in S&P, NASDAQ, or Russell for trading Tuesday night through Wednesday. But I looked at the charts and said, no, Oscar, there are rules that come with being an Omniac. One of those rules is when you're bouncing off OTAPMA, you have to go like this. You got to give it a day and let it decide what it wants to do. OTAPMA is the Omni Trading Academy's proprietary moving average. So you see the E-mini S&P came down, tested OTAPMA. This bar did not exist. Here's where we were last night, and I went, nah, I'm not taking a short trade there. I'm taking zero trade here. What if it holds, right? Because it holds many times when it gets to this average. So we didn't take a trade, and right now it's just bouncing around. One reason. What's the next reason? Another reason why we didn't bother to take that trade was because NASDAQ is doing the same thing. This is us last night deciding if we want to take a short trade or not. Well, generally when you get to this average, something dynamic happens. Do I want to take any trade here? No, I'm a professional trader. At this moment, I let the market tell me what to do because it's not just E-mini S&P and NASDAQ. Watch this. Next. You've got the YM, the Dow. So what happens with the Dow? It gets down there as well. So now I've got three markets last night sitting right here so far, of the ones I'm looking at. And I've got to decide if I want to go short, and I'll tell you what, I don't want to go short right here. I just don't. You know what I mean? I don't want to go short here. They are doing some work outside, Mike. This could be an issue. All right, sorry, kids. Just give me one more minute to do that again. All right. One TV off.
Yeah, they're messing with the lines and stuff.
Yeah, there's workers outside doing all kinds of work right now. All right, so that was simple enough. So now you've got the mini Dow there as well. Now here's where it starts to get interesting. You've got the transportation average also there. This includes today's bar, the green bar. So the transportation average is also at the same spot. Now, that's just about the whole gamut, right? Now, let's go look at one more because this is important stuff. And we'll go back to where we were, and let's go here. Look at the Russell 2000. This has been our leader since Powell. Up here, by the way, we got Powellized. Right here, we got Powellized. And the market has been paying for what Jerome Powell's comments were ever since. And then to reiterate, he Powellized us again right on this day because he had two comments a couple of weeks ago and a week ago. Right? So since then, the Russell has reacted absolutely to every word that was said, came smacking down, bounced off the OTAPMA, rallied up, came through, put in 3 bars so far below OTAPMA. That's the leader. It's currently the leader. It does not always lead the indices around, I promise you, but at this moment, it's been leading. So being that the leader is under OTAPMA for 3 full days, I think we're going to find the followers in this moment in time. They're not always followers, but they are right now. I think we're going to find the same thing. So we're going to give this a day, not take the short trades, let the market close today, and it's going to tell us if we will continue below OTAPMA or did it hold. We are professional traders. We do not have to be in these trades every day. The markets will be here on Thursday. They'll be here again on Friday. We can start again Sunday night. They'll be here next Tuesday, next Thursday. They'll be here on Thanksgiving if you want to trade crypto. So we do not have to always be in. So that's what answered the question, Oscar, why didn't you call the short trade? Because I'm not allowed to call the short trade when it's bouncing off OTAPMA. So what else is happening out there? Look at this one. I think we're here. Look at Bitcoin. Oh my dear Lord. So Bitcoin, as I've been showing you since this thing started forming, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, down we would go. It did go down as we expected, came up for a little gasp of air, and look at the channel that has ensued since on the downside. Look at this thing go. So let me make some room down here for us. Look at that go. So, 82 could be coming next in Bitcoin. We gave out a projection of 89,000 a few days back, if you remember, in one of our videos when we gave out the gold projections. And we gave out 89,000 for projection number 1. And guess where we dropped to? 89,000 has hit today. We're at 89,245 at the moment. How about that for Omni calling, huh? This Omni is good. So that's what Bitcoin looks like. I say on this major push down as the crypto winter comes to its last month, if my calculations are correct, big if there, if my calculations are correct, crypto winter starts to ease away by the 3rd week in December. Buying this dip is probably not the worst thing you could do to yourselves, kids. What else do we have? Ethereum. Not much better. We got Powellized and paid. We got Powellized again and just have been paying ever since. But the Powellization happened again over here. But it started here and it created now what you see, this channel, which looks no better than Bitcoin if you ask me. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, and Solana, they're pushing down a bit because those are the bigger players out there. And this does trade a lot like Wall Street trades. And I just showed you what Wall Street's been doing. And there's been so much intermingling between Wall Street and cryptocurrencies in the last couple of years that they're starting to trade in kind with one another. That being said, let's go look at this. Omniacs, I don't know how to thank you about this, but all that nastiness I just showed you in crypto, look at the Omni trading token. I mean, we came out of a bull flag. We created another, what could be bull flag or just decent sized channel. Another breakout taking place. You Omniacs are fantastic. We love you guys. You know, with the markets coming down the way they are, this just shows how much loyalty our fans have, our Omniacs have, and that they're working together to organically keep this Omni viable. Now, on the other side of it, I have to promise you, there's a lot of new people showing up. We've been advertising. The advertising's growing. We're making it larger now. The web page is getting hit more. And I've only just begun tapping into calling my Omniacs around the world and getting them involved. So you're doing a great thing for yourselves, for everybody involved. And you know the developer of Omni Trading, he only buys, he doesn't sell anything. I buy it, I put it away in storage. I'm here to help you cats keep this viable. Thank you for what you're doing to the Omni token. It looks great. Now let's move along to a big man on campus lately, gold. Now, gold has been a very technically oriented market. Very good. We love that because we use charts every day. And gold has acted very technical. And how do we know that? Well, we were able to identify the top when the top came in technically, and that did work. Then we were able to identify the Oscarism known as the failed head test, and that worked. And gold has been acting basically as we expect ever since. Today we're having an up day, as you can see here. It does not mean it's going to settle as an up day. It ran up today and took out some stops, but right now it's trading all the way down here, so it could easily end up down by its lows, making this another red day or a down day in total. So we got to keep our eyes on gold and see where that's going to settle. But another red day in gold would tell us you can continue to sell the rallies. Omni Arrow comes out every day after the close, so I cannot vouch for the Omni Arrow yet because it hasn't been created. After the market closes at 5 p.m. Eastern, I'll get a new arrow on gold and see where that wants to go next. But bravo on it working so technically and the Omni analysis that goes with it. What else is out there? This monster. Look at silver. Hi-oh, silver. Silver slightly different. It double topped and has been dropping since the double top. Now, why do we put our stops in, and will they always work? I always tell you to put your stops in, right? We always put them in when? First. Always, always. We put our stops in first, right? And stops are there to help you so that, let's say you get long the market on this day. Let's say right here on this day you decided to get long the market and it starts to drop. Let's say you're in the restroom, you're not paying attention, you went out for lunch, you turned your head, you walked away, and the market starts to do this and you don't have a stop in. It just continues to drop and lose money without you stopping the losses. So our stops go in first. Now, sometimes having a stop doesn't give you the best end result, but that is a rare occasion, and in most cases what happened today does not happen. Stops go in first, keeps us alive to fight another day. But here is what did happen to us in silver today. We got in silver and we got short somewhere right about here. Somewhere right about here we were short silver. It rallied up, hit our buy stops, took us out of the trade, turned around and dropped 90 points in our favor. 90 points. That's $4,000 per contract. But it stopped us out first. So today we lost, but I would still put my stop in first. I always put my stop in first. This occasion I almost never have to talk about. The occasion that I hear about all the time was, Oscar, I get in a trade, I didn't have a stop, I'm losing so bad, what do I do? You know, that I never want to hear. If I hear you say, Oscar, I put a stop in, it might have been too shallow because the market hit my stop first, then dropped and hit my profit objectives, you know what? I can live with that on any given day. Just maybe you put the stop in the wrong place. Today, I advised the stop in the wrong spot. I was wrong. Stop got hit. We lost money in silver today. Even though it dropped and would have made us a good $4,000, we lost in silver today. These things happen to any professional trader, but I promise you that story I just told you is way less familiar and way less told by me than the story of I keep hearing about people without stops, and I feel for them so badly. I just want to reach through the screen and put a stop in for them, because no matter what happens with the stop, you live to fight another day. So they took us out. We felt bad because it went and got profitable after we got out, but it didn't ruin our accounts. It didn't blow anybody out. It was a simple day trade that did not go our way. And in fact, it did actually, when we got short silver last night, it was $2,000 in our favor per contract, but it never hit an Omni profit objective to let us get out. Then turned around and stopped us out. So we actually had profit in the trade, but not enough to get out. Went and hit our stop, and then became very profitable. These things happen. There's a lot of volatility in the markets lately, and volatile days, you get a lot of retracement inside your daily range, and then the range opens up and you drop even lower or rally even higher. So these things are part of trading, but stops always need to go in first. And that brings us back to this. Traders, the Russell 2000. That brings us back here. This has been leading. It has been showing us that the other indices will get below OTAPMA and things might get a little ornery out there. So let's hope that the other indices I just showed you hold above OTAPMA. What we're seeing, however, because we don't hope trade, is the fact that the leader did get below. There's a good likelihood that the followers will as well. All right, traders, that is what I wanted to show you today. I hope that helps. I hope that keeps you in tune with where the markets are going. I'd like to say to you, always put your stops in first. And then I want to say this. A, thank you for tuning in. Love it. B, thank you for what you're doing to our Omni token. The whole community loves you guys for that. And I promise to continue to grow the community. And C, stops are in. Emotions are out. Rock and roll, traders. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope these videos help. I will see you all at livewithoscar.com, where the rest of us are hanging right now. Hi, Mikey. That's my son. He's there. Everyone else is there. How come you're not there? Go to livewithoscar.com and join us in our live trading room. No credit cards are needed, kids. Just come hang out. I'll see you soon. So I'm going to stop the stream and end this.